Well, my least favorite person of all, Anita went to the UN summit alongside Brianna Wu to have censorship powers given to them. I just... I mean, it's just... These two are why I say feminism is dead. The bloated, decayed corpse of a once noble ideal is now no longer even that. It has indeed become the neo-feminazi regime. It is the coalition of the willing to power. It's okay to hate someone. Absolutely. There are people that I hate, and I'm sure there are people out there that hate me. You know what? That's fine. That's great. That's dandy. You know what? So what? Not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone is going to take your word for what it is. And it's like, I've been called a liar. Whoop-de frickin' do. I mean, anyone else here been called a liar? I have. I know some of you out there have. You know what you do? You know what you did? You either proved it wrong, and if you're like, okay, I'm a liar, so what's your point? You brush it off. But no. Apparently, calling someone a liar is the worst thing ever. And so many videos have shown exactly why she's a liar. And she is a liar. But she doesn't want that. She doesn't want discourse. She doesn't want a discussion. She doesn't want to talk things out. She can't handle any of that. And this is proof that she cannot engage in anything other than blaming. And you know what's going to happen? Someone's going to see this, they're going to send it to her, and this is going to be called threatening and abusive and blah de blah de blah de blah. You know what? And this is the reason why I hate Anita Sarkeesian and Brianna Wu. Because it isn't about equality. It is a grab for power. This is nothing to do with anything having to do with equality. These two, along with anyone else, was of this mindset. You killed feminism. Feminism was working towards something. The equality of women everywhere. Not just here in the United States, not in just Western civilization, not in the first world, but in third world countries, where it matters so damn much. And I know someone is going to say this. And I swear, if I ever hear someone say that's the worst mentality to me, if I ever bring something like this up, I'm probably going to deck them as hard as I can to get their brains to start functioning again. And why am I going to deck them? Because what you have just said to me is that my opinion is that, no, not my opinion, the fact that these women are actually being beaten, murdered, raped, sold into slavery, and used as objects of trade are completely unimportant than your feelings. What is actually happening to them isn't as bad as someone disagreeing with you. What is actually a horrible thing happening to these women who you are supposed to be fighting for, making a better life for. You dare to call yourselves feminists, and yet when I bring up actual atrocities to you, point blank, in your face, you have the audacity, the unmitigated gall to say to me or anyone else who does this, that's the worst than fallacy. People, I can't be the only one who just wants to throttle these people and just bitch slap them until their brain starts working again. I can't. Because it is just so grating to me to hear this. It's like, oh, these women are being raped, but oh, someone had a different opinion of me. Oh, this is the worst thing ever. It's like saying that it doesn't matter if these women are being beaten and raped and murdered and sold into slavery or used as objects of trade. No, because the most important thing is that you were called a liar or proved to be a liar through all these videos. That's worse. Your pathetic predicament that you find yourself in, that is in no way, in any shape or form, the worst thing ever, the most horrible thing to happen to you is someone disagreeing with you. That's worse than these actual atrocities. This is what you are saying to me. This is what you say to anyone else. I want everyone else to hear this. Everyone is now going to hear this. Every time they say, what about this? And you say, oh, that's the worst than fallacy. This is what they're going to hear. Your pithy, pathetic little problems are worse than actual atrocities being committed. It just... It's no wonder why I hate this particular person. Because it isn't. Like I said, this is not about equality, it's about power. And the acquiring of even more power. I just... And, of course, there was no one else on the opposition. Of course not. Why would there be? Why would there ever be anyone to say, no, wait a minute, that isn't right. That isn't how it is. You know why there isn't someone there saying, that isn't right, that's not the way it is? Because Anita Sarkeesian is a coward. And so is Brianna Wu. Because they are the perpetual victim card players. And if anyone were to be there and say, no, you're wrong, they were like, oh, look, I'm being bullied, and blah. And that's not going to happen. You and I both know this is not going to happen. It's like Michael Bay putting women in the military. That shit ain't going to happen. Yeah, I stole that from the Nostalgia Critic. Yeah. Seriously, this is just... They want carte blanche to say whatever they want and have absolutely no repercussions for it. They want to say everything they want to say without having the fear of someone proving them wrong. Which is... Wait, what? Yeah, exactly. They don't want anyone to prove them wrong because that's threatening. That's online violence to their twisted, diseased minds. Anything like this is me attacking her. I'm being abusive. I'm being stalkerish. I'm being this. No, I'm saying I'm allowed to say whatever I want about you. You know? So long as I don't take it too far. You know, I can say I hate you. I can say you're wrong. I can call you a liar, a thief, or a fraud. Whoop-de-frickin-do. The world isn't going to end. This isn't what is online abuse. No. This is not online abuse, Anita. This is people stating an opinion, which people can do. It's only the insane, the completely deranged among us, that are unfit for society, that do the kind of things that are rape threats, or bomb threats, or threats of killing or violence, what have you. Oh, and Anita, if you actually had evidence of these threats, or Anita and Wu, whoever, yeah, if you actually had threats, and you had evidence of these threats, you don't talk about them. Well, you do. You don't just talk about them. Okay, I rephrased it. You don't just talk about them. You send them to the police, the local authority, or the FBI. And they will determine whether or not it is a credible threat. And if it is determined to be a credible threat, they will take care of it. It will be handled if it is indeed a credible threat. But the only reason you're saying, it's Gamergate, it's that's all I hear whenever these two speak, is garble, 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 garble. I'm being oppressed, garble, 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 garble. Gamergate is garble, 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 garble. Misogyny, garble, garble, garble. Nothing of importance, or really anything of importance, comes out of their mouths, other than, I'm a whiny little bitch and I want all the power to decide what is good and what is bad. You know, anyone from the gaming community should be sent as an opposition to Anita Sarkeesian, but no, they're not going to be. No one is going to be sent in opposition of Anita or Brianna, because they'll play the victim card. And these sick individuals, the social inequity cretins, that's the SJWs in actuality, because I'm not going to equate to them anything remotely close to the word justice. No, I'm done calling them social justice warriors, because they are the furthest thing from any kind of justice there is. So, no, it's time to call these people exactly what they are. Part of the neo-Nazi feminist regime. A neo-feminazi regime. There we go. Let's get my mind out. Anyway, yeah, that's what you are a part of. If you are a part of this. Because there's no more feminism. Feminism has died, essentially. Yeah, you can find some, like Christina Hoff Sommers, Professor Christina Hoff Sommers, and women like her. They're trying to fight for the equality of women in the world. Let me say it again, the world. They're just focusing on pathetic little problems that really don't amount to anything at all. And actually focus on atrocities being committed. What are you focusing on, Anita? Brianna? Yourselves. That's what you focus on. Can anyone prove me otherwise? Go ahead. Try and prove that she actually is fighting for something. Go ahead. Prove to me that she isn't talking about herself in any way, shape, or form. That everything that she is saying is her opinion. Remember? She's just talking about her. She's not representing anyone else but her. She's not talking about anyone else but her. It's only what she, what she goes through, what she goes through. I'm saying this over and over so it gets into your head, so it burrows down into your mind like a little mind worm, like the song that never escapes you. And then whenever you hear just the beginning chords of it, you remember it all the way through, and you know exactly what song I'm talking about, or any song at all that just sticks in your mind and will never leave, and you think you forget it, but You just have to hear those three little bars or opening chords of that particular song, and you instantly remember it. So, it's both a blessing and a curse that people can say what they will on the internet. It is. It really, really is. But you have to take the good with the bad. You kind of have to. Do I wish that it was better? Yes, I do. I do wish that you could do something about these people that do nothing but spout, these horrible things and these death threats, but it's really difficult. It truly is. Because once you censor something, everything can be censored. And speaking of that, this is a woman who said everything is sexist. Okay? Let's bear that in mind. So why isn't it sexist when a man is portrayed as the He-Man of the gang, How many characters do you know in video games that look like I do? Name one. Come on. Let's see it. Let's see. Yeah, come on. Yes, see the punch. Yeah, I dare any one of you to say, yeah, I'd like to play as this guy. Yeah. No. You don't see any characters that have, neck fat or belly fat or... Well, then here, yeah, that guy on Grand Theft Auto. But what do they normally look like? Leon S. Kennedy, Sephiroth, Cloud. I couldn't go on. They're buff. They're well made. They look like they belong on the cover of GQ. How do I know that? Anyway. I see GQ, it's like, yeah, on the shelves, I don't buy it. Anyway. Yeah, but seriously, the male protagonists of the video games look like they belong on the cover of GQ. Come on now. Really? That isn't sexist? No, of course not, because only women can be, sexually objectified, and anything said against them is either sexist. Sexist. It's only women. It's only women. It's only women. It's only women. Either everything is indeed sexist, or it isn't. So you have to point, if you point everything out that's sexist, and everything is indeed sexist, then the male portrayal of being the big, muscly, GQ cover pinup is sexist. Hello? Yeah. And there are guys out there that are built, They worked hard for that body. I have nothing against them. I don't. I really don't. I'm a lazy bastard. What can I say? But, yeah. It's just... So why is it... It's only women that are the sexually objectified. No, men are sexually objectified too. Hello. But no. That's not sexist. No. Oh wait, I thought you said everything was sexist. Oh, I see. Everything that's not man is sexist. Everything that has to deal with women is sexist. That's what you should say. Everything that deals with women is sexist. That's what she meant to say. And that is exactly what she is saying. It's not everything that is sexist. Because she will never point out how it is with the men that are being betrayed in video games. Ever. Because she's a hypocrite. She is a liar, and she is a fraud. And I hope and pray, and if you're an atheist, just hope and think really hard of someone that can, and I will do the same. I will hope and think really hard of someone to send to the UN to run as an opposition to Anita. We really need someone. We need a voice. We really do. For us. For the white cis male. Or gamers in general. Someone that can represent us. We need a representative. It's clearly not Anita. Anita is not our representative. Not by a long shot. We need to make this clear to everybody in the world of gaming news, of gaming journalism, of gaming, that she is not our spokesperson. We need to get our own UN representative, our own voice. Now, I don't know who that's going to be. I really don't. But we gotta do something. Because they're just gonna run roughshod over all of us if we don't. You know? I watch Alpha Omega Sin. He's awesome, game the fuck on. Yeah. I also watch Thunderfoot. Speaking of Thunderfoot, my deepest condolences upon your loss. I know it's a little bit late, but still, when he was dealing with his father going through the cancer, these sick individuals, the SCWs, who are actually, they are sick, they are twisted and they are evil, said, I hope your father dies, and all this other really nasty nonsense. And I'm just like, aren't you supposed to be the good guys? Aren't you supposed to be the ones who are only getting this and not giving it? No, of course not, because you're absolute hypocrites. And just pure evil, because you don't know anything of what you say. Whether you like someone or you hate someone, it really doesn't matter. Okay? Sorry, I was getting a little dry. Like I was saying, even if I hated Thunderfoot or disagreed with him, I'm not the kind of person that would say, oh, I hope your father dies. No. I would never say that to anybody. Ever. There's a line, and when you say something like that, you have crossed the line into scum territory. Okay? Even if I vitriously hated Thunderfoot, even if I was like his worst enemy, even if I don't know, something or other, I still wouldn't say that. I wouldn't. I would say, my deepest condolences upon your loss. I know it hit you hard. Because this is someone who he was close to. He loved his dad. And his dad, unfortunately, lost his life to this disease, called cancer. And when I hear that these people, and you know what? I heard that they said, I'm glad your father's dead. I'm just like, what? What kind of person would do this? No. You don't do that. You don't say, I'm glad your father is dead and all this other nonsense. No. That is just deplorable. And I know these people are like, well, what about the rape threats? What about the bomb threats? Well, you do it too. How is anything that you say or do any better. You have people within your community that have sent bomb threats and rape threats and threats of violence to the people who are part of the gaming gay community, part of Gamergate or gamers or the atheist community or whatever. You do it too. You have no platform to stand on. You cannot say that you are the only ones who get it, because you sent it. You have doxed people. You have done you have done the exact same deplorable things that you have claimed to have happened to you, so you have no moral high ground to stand on. You are as knee-deep in the same shit as the people who have doxed and threatened people you have known or yourselves. And yet, somehow, whenever someone like Anita Sarkeesian or Brianna Wu, who is a perpetual victim of everything, yeah, when she said Samus is transgender, and we're like, it's fine if you think that. You're welcome to your own head canon. Just don't expect us to agree with it. She threw her co-writer under the bus and then played the victim card, which is exactly what they always do. They say something in order to get a knee-jerk reaction from us, and then they go, oh look, they're being abusive and all this other nonsense. Sorry, I have to that cramp. And I've said it before and I said it again, this is like crying wolf. And Anita Sarkeesian and Brianna Wu, you have cried wolf far too many times. And people are wising up to the fact that you are doing nothing more than crying wolf. Because they're starting to see exactly what other gamers are saying. That you are just going to keep playing the victim card. And we're kind of tired of it. We really are. We point out that you are indeed a liar or a fraud and that you don't know what you're talking about, and you're saying you're being harassed. No. If you say a statement and someone comes and says, no, this is the established canon, it's perfectly fine for you to have your own head canon, but I'm going to stick with the actual canon. And you go, oh, they're being abusive, or they're being threatening, they're doing this, they're doing that, I'm the victim. Which, of course, takes away from actual victims. So, yeah, these people are just horrible people. And, like I said, we need a voice. We need an actual voice to combat these two. We need someone to go on there and just lay down what is actually going on. Tell the UN the actual truth so that we don't lose our freedoms. So that these two don't get carte blanche to take down any video like this one that says, I don't agree with you. I hate you because you are a liar. That you have been proven to be a liar through countless videos by gamers, atheists, Christians, I don't know. And the list is endless. Pretty much. And if you do find a video that says, you know, that crazy shit of, you know, the threats of violence or rape or what, bombs, send it to the authorities. Send it to the police. Come on. Don't just say, oh, I have this. Prove it. Put it there. Put it in front of everyone. You sat in this chat room and... Wait. What? No. Anyway, that's my thoughts on all this. Till next time, YouTube, stay classy.